The water here keeps a secret. Nothing about this pond suggests it can hold weight. The lily pads look like paper, flat, fragile, floating on nothing but surface tension and stillness. And yet, something is walking across them. Not skimming, not flying, walking, as if the rules of water simply don't apply to this bird. This is the Pheasant-tailed Jacana, and everything you're about to learn about it will contradict what you think you know about how a family is supposed to work. Across the wetlands of Pakistan, from the marshes of Sindh to the still ponds of Punjab, one bird has solved a problem most animals never even attempt: how to live entirely on top of water without ever needing to swim. The secret is in the feet, absurdly long toes spread wide, distributing its weight so evenly that even a lily pad the size of a dinner plate can carry it. Locals have long called it the lily trotter, and once you've watched it work, you understand why. But the feet are just the opening trick. What this bird does with its family, that's where the real story begins. In breeding season, the pheasant-tailed Jacana becomes one of the most striking birds on any Pakistani wetland. A golden wash sweeps down the back of the neck like poured honey. The face and throat turn a clean, almost polished white, and trailing behind, the feature that gives the bird its name, a long, elegant tail, more pheasant than shorebird. In flight, that tail becomes a banner. The wings flash white against dark water, and for a few seconds this quiet pond bird looks almost regal, built for display, not just survival. Outside the breeding season, the Jacana strips that costume away entirely. Duller browns, a shortened tail, a bird trying not to be noticed. Because for most of the year, staying hidden matters more than looking beautiful. This is a bird that has built its entire existence around one habitat type: shallow, still fresh water, thick with floating vegetation. Lily pads aren't decoration here. They're the Jacana's entire world. Feeding ground, nesting site, nursery, battlefield. Feeding is unhurried, almost surgical. The Jacana moves pad to pad, plucking insects, snails, and seeds from the surface and from just beneath it, never needing to dive, never needing to swim. The pond gives, and the Jacana simply takes. But this pond is not undefended territory, and when a gray-headed swampfin wanders too close, bulkier, heavier, entirely unbothered by the Jacana's usual grace, the response is immediate: wings flare. The tail that once served as ornament now becomes a weapon of intimidation. The Jacana, barely a third of the swampfin's size, does not retreat. It attacks, chasing, striking, driving the intruder back across the water it considers its own. It's a reminder that everything about this bird's delicate appearance is deceptive. Underneath the elegance is a fighter, one that has to be, because everything it's about to build is fragile enough to lose in a single afternoon. And this is where the pheasant-tailed jacana quietly rewrites the rules of parenthood. During breeding season, courtship unfolds in slow, deliberate movements. Tails raised, postures exchanged, a pair testing their bond across the open water. But watch closely, and you'll notice something unusual. It's the female who is larger, bolder, and more dominant. And it's the female who will move on to another mate, often before this nest is even finished. Because in the world of the jacana, incubation is not the mother's job, it's the father's. The nest itself is barely a nest at all. A loose platform of leaves and stems floating directly on the pond's surface, exposed on every side. And it is the male who will sit here alone for roughly 3 weeks, guarding a clutch of dark, pear-shaped eggs, typically 3 to 4, against sun, rain, and predators, while the female may already be courting elsewhere. Even short flights across the pond during this period carry purpose: repositioning, distraction, displays, drawing danger away from the nest with quick, low bursts across the water. And when the eggs finally hatch, the chicks emerge already equipped for this strange, floating world. Within hours, they're walking on lily pads themselves, miniature versions of the adult, oversized feet and all, as if the pond had been expecting them all along. The father stays. He'll guard these chicks for weeks, sometimes tucking them beneath his wings when danger passes overhead, sometimes leading them, pad by pad, toward food. In a habitat this exposed, his vigilance is the only wall these chicks have. And when danger does come, the response is instant. A sharp alarm call from the father is all it takes. The chicks don't hesitate, don't look around for the source of the threat. They simply run, scattering into the nearest cover of reeds and lily growth, freezing there until the call changes or falls silent. It's a language learned before the chicks can even fly. One call for danger, and an entire family knows exactly what to do. In Pakistan, the pheasant-tailed jacana is a monsoon season specialist, arriving as the rains fill shallow ponds and wetlands across Sindh and Punjab, timing its entire breeding cycle to the brief window when lily cover is thick enough to hold a floating nest. It shares these waters with herons, swampfins, and countless other wetland species, but few of them have adapted quite so completely to a world with no solid ground at all. As the water recedes later in the year, so does the jacana, moving on, waiting for the next monsoon to rebuild the only home this bird has ever needed: a pond, a scattering of lily pads, and just enough water to keep the world afloat. The water here still keeps its secret. Every step still looks impossible. But now you know the truth of it, that this bird's whole life is built on trust in something fragile, trust that the lily pad will hold, trust between mates who share the work in reverse, trust that a father alone on an exposed nest is enough to carry the next generation forward. The pheasant-tailed jacana doesn't fight the water. It simply learned long before we were watching how to stand on top of it. Some birds fly to be seen. The jacana walks, quietly proving the water was never as fragile as it looked.